What if I told you healing could be activated with light? Not a pill, not a product, but a frequency, awakening your body's natural ability to regenerate, restore, and rise with vitality. Hi, I'm Jennifer Pilates, and I've seen firsthand how light therapy patches are helping people all over the world reduce pain, calm inflammation, increase collagen, improve energy, and so much more. These non-invasive patches use the power of phototherapy to signal your body back into balance. No chemicals, no side effects, just light. If you've been feeling depleted, foggy, inflamed, or if you simply want to feel more vibrant from the inside out, this might be what your body's been asking for. I've personally experienced the difference, having worn light therapy patches for the past 15 years. I've shared them with clients, my community, and my team. Curious? Head over to jenniferpilates.com to learn more or to reach out for a personalized consultation. Your body remembers how to heal. Light just helps it remember faster. Head over to jenniferpilates.com today to learn more. Welcome to Empowered Within, a soul-quenching, transformational podcast that will set your soul on fire through candid and inspiring conversations. Leading experts, celebrities, healers, and I share our journeys of how we've overcome challenges to living an empowered life from within. I'm your host, Jennifer Pilates. Welcome to another episode of Empowered Within. Welcome back to another episode of Empowered Within. I'm Jennifer, your host. And if you've been feeling like something is shifting internally, globally, energetically, you, my friend, are not imagining it. March 2026 is not light energy. It's not fluffy motivation, and it certainly isn't vision board and wait. This is builder energy. This month is maturity. This month is asking, who are you becoming? And are you willing to construct her life brick by brick? You see, we're in a universal year one now in 2026. It's a year of rebirth, identity, reset, bold beginnings. But March is a universal month 4, and 4 doesn't give a flying hoot about height. 4 says, if you're serious, prove it. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go deep into everything about this month of March. Diving into the numerology, we're in a year 1 and a month number 4. Year 1 is rebirth, reinvention, personal leadership. It's the year you stop circling and you start initiating. However, March is bringing us the 4 energy, the architect. If a January sparked the fire, if February clarified the vision, well, then March must be here to build the structure. This is systems, boundaries, habits, logistics, disciplines, all real timelines. The 4 energy asks, what are your daily routines shaping? Does your schedule truly reflect the future that you're trying to build? Are your habits aligning with who you say you're becoming? Now, the flip side to this, the shadow side, is pressure, perfection, and possibly even burnout. So in the mix of all of this, we do have a gift, the gift of stability, strength, and most importantly, self-respect. This month of March is about consistency over intensity. Not dramatic leaps, reliable steps. You are not just building goals, you are building a new identity, personally and professionally. On March 3rd, we have the total lunar eclipse in Virgo. This is the emotional anchor of the month. Virgo rules habits, health, organization, service, systems, daily structure. Eclipses expose, they reveal, they accelerate endings. This one says, where are you disorganized in your life? Where are you leaking energy? Where are you overcommitted? Where are you anxious because you haven't created order? Virgo can bring worry, especially with the global landscape feeling unstable. And yes, astrologically, this eclipse squares Mars. That can indicate tension, conflict, even global escalation. In the US chart, it activates the ninth house, foreign affairs, global interest, law. So collectively, we may see intensity, crisis themes, escalation. But here's the grounded truth. You cannot control global currents. You can control your nervous system, your home environment, your routines, your preparedness, your response. This eclipse says secure your world, simplify your life, clean up your space, tighten your systems, strengthen your body. That, my friend, is all empowerment. On March 2nd, Mars enters Pisces. This softens drive but deepens intuition. This is not push harder energy. This is pray before you move, feel before you act, align before you execute. When Mars is in Pisces, forcing outcomes creates resistance. Inspired action creates flow. So before you make moves this month, I want you to ask yourself, does this feel aligned? Or am I acting from my ego, urgency, or fear? This month rewards internal clarity. And going back to something that I said earlier, yes, the global landscape is feeling unstable. And yes, astrologically, the eclipse has squared Mars, which, as you know with Mars, it does equal the word war. With that being said, no one has declared war. And that's something that I really want to drive home because there's a lot of misinformation out there. When we look at the geodetics of the astrology chart, and that is really an interesting fact when you know that you can pull up the astrology and you can look at what's coming. You can look at what areas it's playing out. And so these things are important. And yes, the US chart, it activates the ninth house with foreign affairs, global interest in law. And well, you're seeing that play out right now. But the thing is, and what I want you to remember is that you can only control what is going on in your world. Everything around you is what you're seeing transpire. Are you participating in the fear? Or are you stepping back, looking, finding the knowledge? What are you being shown? What feels aligned? What feels off? What feels best for you within your world? And that's where you focus. You take that time to pause. You take that time to go inward, to listen to what God, your guides and angels are bringing to you. What do you need to know? Not what the news is showing you, not what social media is showing you. What does it feel inside of you? What is coming up? What feelings, what emotions? And that is where you find the empowerment within. By mid-month, the energies are all about love, truth, and mature commitment. Between March 16th and 18th, we see Venus entering Aries, which is all about bold love and bold money moves. Venus conjuncting Saturn, which is about commitment and boundaries. Venus conjunct Neptune, which is romantic idealism. Mercury trining Jupiter, which is about expansion and conversations. Mercury conjuncting Mars, which is about direct speech. So what does all this mean? What is the translation? No more passive communication. No more half commitments. No more, I'll think about it. You will either define the relationship, define the project, define the budget, define the timeline, or life will define it for you. March demands clarity. Honest conversations will shift your trajectory. Who doesn't love a new moon? And we have a new moon in Pisces coming on March 19th. After the Virgo eclipse cleans house, and boy, let me tell you, it's going to. Pisces is going to give you a spiritual reset. This is not goal setting from pressure. This is meditation, journaling, inner listening. It's creative visioning. It's a time to ask yourself, What dreams feel ready to become real? What have I spiritually outgrown? What quiet desires keep resurfacing? This moon is saying, trust your intuition, but then build it. Because just one day later, on March 20th, we have the equinox and sun enters Aries. And this is all about ignition. The second half of March shifts dramatically. Reflection becomes movement. Sorting becomes decision. Planning becomes execution. The equinox is balance, but Aries is bold. If you've been hesitating, that window closes, you'll feel the push, and then, dun dun dun, dun, the Mercury retrograde ends. Same day, March 20th. Woo woo! There are blessings in this month. They're just hidden behind a lot of other energies. So when we get around March 20th, and with that Mercury retrograde ending, you will begin to feel the mental fog clearing. Plans gain traction, paperwork finalizes, conversations resolve, travels smooth out. Everything that felt delayed begins moving. The pause during the retrograde had and will always have a purpose. Now you can move smarter. Yet keep in mind that just like Mercury retrograde has a pre-shadow of 7 to 14 days, it also has a post-shadow of 7 to 14 days. So for all of you that are always asking me, what do we do? When can we do it in terms of a Mercury retrograde? It's still a finalizing time. It's still an integration time, 7 to 14 days after March 20th. So if you are looking to sign a major contract, you're looking to set a move, you are looking to start that new project, push it into early April, and you will hit the ground running. Later in the month, we're looking at long-term power energies. The Sun conjunct Saturn, Saturn sextiles Pluto, Venus enters Taurus. This is mature, steady, grounded energy. I would love to say no drama, no chaos, no fantasy. And if this was any other month, I would absolutely be saying that, because that is what the energies are asking for. However, collectively, that's not exactly how things are going to play out. It's going to be a little bit of the opposite. However, in your life, in your energies, when we look at this, is going to be about less drama, less chaos, and less fantasy. The energies you'll be leaning into are loyalty, financial stability, long-term planning, responsible follow-through. By the end of the March, you personally, in your world, will feel clearer, stronger, more decisive, more secure. Certainly not because life has gotten easier. That, my friend, I don't see that happening. You know I'm honest. It's going to happen because you stepped up, you chose a direction. I know I've been weaving in and out the collective energy, which is really, I'm talking about the global energy that's going on. I can't ignore what's out there, nor can you, and nor should we, because it's always important to be aware of your surroundings and to be aware of what's going on around you. And we certainly cannot ignore the intensity that is building right now. Astrologically, the second half of March into early April is going to feel very serious, especially on global and political levels. But here's what matters. Awareness is empowerment. Panic and fear are disempowerment. So, my friend, you prepare your life. You fortify your home. You strengthen your nervous system. You build your financial foundation. You deepen your spiritual practice. This is sovereignty. Before I sat down to do this podcast, I was going through all of the energies and all of the astrologies and everything that was going on in March in close to one sentence. March 2026 begins with reflection and it ends with authority. authority personally and collectively. I want you to remember something that I always say and I always share. In every situation, when we can step back and take a moment and pause, we can see, if we choose to, the lessons that are there for us. And then we can see the blessings that are there for us. Not everything is as it seems. And that's a good thing. And it could feel like a scary thing. Here's something else I want you to remember. There is no sense in worrying until you have something to worry about. There's no sense allowing something to take up your energy and your time and wreak havoc on your nervous system until it is real, because everything else is fear. And fear is nothing more than false evidence appearing real. Until it is real, keep on keeping on. Stay grounded. Listen to your intuition. Take time to pause and allow the messages to come in from God, your guides, and the universe. You, my friend, are always protected. You are never alone. As we begin to wrap up today's episode, I want you to think about something. If January and the new essence of it sparked something within you, if February helped you see more clearly, this month, well, March is here to prove to yourself who you're becoming. Structure is not restriction. Structure is power. This month, lean into discipline, lean into boundaries, lean into quiet strength, lean into consistent habits. You are building a life that will hold you, that will guide you and support you. And that is empowerment within. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who you feel may need some grounded clarity right now. And if you'd like deeper energetic alignment and structured guidance to help build your next chapter, head over to jenniferpilates.com, where you can join us inside the Empowered Within Collective, request your Empowered Within signature intuitive reading. This is where we don't just talk about growth, we build it. You'll find all the details over at jenniferpilates.com. And until next time, secure your peace, strengthen your foundation, trust your intuition, and keep building the life that feels like home. And as always, until next time, may you live an empowered life from within. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe to Empowered Within with Jennifer Pilates. Your feedback is important. It helps me to connect with you and gives me insight into who you are and what you're enjoying about the show. For today's show notes and discount codes from today's sponsors, head over to jenniferpilates.com. Until next time, may you live an empowered life from within. You've been feeling it, haven't you? That quiet ache, the heaviness, the knowing that something needs to shift, but you're not sure how? You don't need to figure it all out. You just need a space to release, realign, and remember who you are. I'm Jennifer Pilates, and I invite you to join me for Reiki Moon Magic Distant Healing, a sacred healing experience that goes far beyond Reiki. This is a transformational energy work that cleanses the emotional clutter, clears energetic blocks, and realigns your entire being, body, mind, and spirit. Held under the sacred light of the moon, you'll enter a deeply nourishing frequency where healing happens on every level. If you've been carrying too much, if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Your healing, your release, your return to light. Reserve your space for the next Reiki Moon Magic Distant Healing at jenniferpilates.com. Come as you are, leave transformed and empowered, body, mind, and spirit.